How are you doing? That's great, because I'm doing horrible. Just kidding. I love you all. You all make me happy.
Yeah, welcome to the Bronies, the unexpected documentary of men. Wait, hang on, that's not right.
The unexpected adult fan of My Little Pony.
Yes.
Speaking of which, have you seen our new Kickstarter for Bronies Gone Wild? A close look at the clapping community of Bronies. No, seriously, check it out, Bronies.com. I made an April Fool's joke. I'm happy about it.
Huh.
How are you today, Carlos?
I'm good. Carlos, who's this Carlos you're talking about?
Oh, I'm sorry, Yablab.
Yablab?
Most people don't actually know. This guy is my friend and editor. He helped me make the thing.
Yep, since the very beginning of editing process, I did some work in the Brony documentary. I logged most of the clips and I helped edit a sequence. Most people don't know that because I think I never posted anything about it, but it was a lot of fun. It was a challenge of a very high caliber. I've never done something of this much, I guess, intensity, a lot of brainstorming, but I think you guys will love what we've made with the documentary.
This guy sat here for 100+ hours, watching 100+ hours of footage, all the way through, just so we could describe it for us. So I want to give this guy a round of applause. So he does a lot more than just, you know, shouting at things.
Yeah, it was like John Delancey hugs person. Person freaks out and passes out. Next clip.
Yeah, he totally just yelled at John all the time. It was kind of funny.
Well, let's get the panel started.
So how many of you know what the unreleased tapes are? All 2 of you. Wonderful. Okay, so for those who don't know, the unreleased tapes are basically an initiative that we took after the release of the original Brony doc to basically take all of the footage that we had left over after we were done producing the film. And there was about 200+ hours of footage. That's a lot of stuff that we could do, you know, we could use to do a lot of really cool things with, you know. So show a lot of stories that we weren't really able to cover. We ran an Indiegogo, managed to raise $25,000 or so, thanks to the Brony community, always as gracious as ever. And we are going to be releasing that to the internet by the end of this month. That was principally worked on by myself. If you don't know who I am, my name is Nicholas Ha. I am originally the assistant editor of the Bronies, the documentary, and now the principal editor of the unreleased tapes. So pretty much everything that you see here, vast majority of it is my work. I brought on Carlos and another friend named Briston who couldn't make it. Sorry. This guy has a little bit of a multiple personality disorder. I just kind of let it go. But Briston as well, who unfortunately wasn't able to make it because he's probably asleep in some hotel room somewhere. But we do have, for those who haven't seen it before, the trailer for the unreleased tapes. Go ahead.
I'm Megan Humans, also known as Inky Notebook, and I'm the Traveling Pony Museum curator. At BronyCon in January, I managed to see all these different artists and these people in the community and hear about what they were doing. And so I had this idea to put together a small artist spotlight, and I just went overboard with it. It just exploded from there. BronyCon is going to be the major debut, and I hope that I don't disappoint people.
My name is Chrissy. I was born in 1983. When I was about 7 years old, I had the coolest babysitter, Lauren Faust. She was so cool. She'd come over and draw for me.
The last time I saw Lauren was 1990. Their family moved away and we lost touch. I came to BronyCon so that I could see my childhood babysitter again and see if I could get a moment to say hi to her.
Oh my God!
I am Sean Scotolero, or Sifisto. I've always wanted to run a blog-style website. It's a lot of work though. You constantly have to be online, you constantly have to be checking your inbox. But at the same time, I love doing it. It's a lot of fun.
I'm JJ and I draw pony art.
This is drawn because I love it.
I get a lot of people asking for commissions.
Lyra, the electric lyre.
When I draw and I see the smile on their faces, I'm so happy.
Hi, I'm Andrew Brockert, and I am Convention Chair of BronyCon Summer 2012. This is a labor of love in some senses. It takes a special kind of crazy to volunteer for a convention.
What is it like to live with the con chair? It generally means that there's a load of beer bottles everywhere.
Between now and tomorrow, a lot could still go wrong. Hope for the best, plan for the worst.
But that was essentially about, I want to say, 4 minutes worth of 9 months of work. So I've been working on this since the beginning of last year, and I've pretty much been doing it alone, and it's been a pretty long and arduous process, but with the support of a lot of really good people, thank you very much, I've been able to push it this far, and I'm really proud of the result. I'm really happy that it's coming close. And I'm really happy that there are actually people who are interested in seeing it. As I also wanted to throw in something extra, as thanks for everybody making it out here. I wanted to show you something a little fun. Who's seen the bloopers reel? There, we have a bloopers reel. We have a bloopers reel. And we showed it at BronyCon last year, but I'm assuming most of the people here weren't at BronyCon or weren't able to visit that panel. So why don't we pull that up and just sit back and have some fun.
You can add in the After Effects explosion in there if you want.
Lasers are magic.
Yes, my little lasers are magic.
Photons are finite.
Yes.
I don't know.
So what we need to do is just like film you, like just walking around doing your thing. So you do whatever you want to do. If you want to go back to your hotel and sleep, we will film you doing that. If you want to go
I watched him sleep in bed at night. It's not creepy.
Everybody! Dusty Cat saved my career. He is definitely a hero, and he owes me something.
Wait, you owe him?
No, yeah, I owe him. What? Oh, I said no. Oh my God.
On top of it, he owes me.
Oh my God, Dusty Cat would hear that.
What? Wait a minute,
like,
that's a
what?
lot.
Is that you were thinking me?
Last time I catch your projector.
Yeah, no, I owe Dusty Cat something, definitely.
Mike's asleep. Can we push it? We'll push it in. Yeah, we'll push it. And he snores. Oh. That's a hidden scene for me. Where's Laura?
Okay, could you clap for us?
Sure. No, right in front of your hand.
Right in front of your face.
It's for sync. There you go. Clap.
Just give us one
definitive clap. Just one.
There you go.
Perfect.
Okay.
Wrong! Get the clap again? Yeah. Hiya! I like that one. That was a good one.
You want to clap then?
I love to clap. So much fun to clap. This is a clap. You're gonna get the clap if you keep clopping.
New Twitter message. Okay, you get the Inside the Actor Studio question from Laura. If you could go back in time, what would you say to your 13-year-old self about where your career has taken you?
One day, you will have a song written about your badonkadonk. Believe it or not. Strong as a nice badonkadonk. Tara strong as a nice badonkadonk. You could learn the words if you really listen. Tara strong as a nice badonkadonk. Tara strong as a nice badonkadonk.
Don't you think my badonkadonk needs its own show?
I think Lauren Faust could animate that. I can see many episodes where the badonkadonk leaves you and it causes problems in your life. It's just like you wake up one morning and it's gone.
I like that.
So yeah, that's the, I just kind of threw that together. My boss was the one who made me do that entire Tara segment, and so did she. She likes that song a lot, so.
Bloopers, funny? Yes, yes?
No, not at all.
Yes, okay, good.
Only when they're narrated by you.
Hey, a round of applause, please, for Nick.
I think that round of applause goes to the clapper Brony. No, he only did it 5 times. Okay, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
There we go, okay. So I'm pretty sure most of you can tell, I don't really have a structure outlined for any of this. I just, we've been allocated an hour and 30 minutes, and we actually don't have nearly enough content to fill that space of time. So probably gonna cut it short after, a couple more clips. Maybe we'll do a short Q&A session after that, but actually, I wanted to get a quick query. How many of you actually seen the Brony doc? Okay, wow, that's a lot of you. Nice. Who hasn't? Wow, okay. That's awesome, actually, in its own way. Have you seen any of the other Brony docs out there? Like, say, Brony Chronicles, Brony Tale, things like that? Very cool, very cool. I like that there's a lot of diversity in the documentary scene out there, and I have to say, the Brony Tale looks fantastic. It really does. Have you seen each one? I don't know if Ashley, no, she's not in here, of course not. But yeah, it was, I definitely recommend you guys go check that out because they've been working really hard on it for 2 years, and we really, really would like to see them succeed. They're going to Tribeca and everywhere else, and they've been seeing some pretty good success lately too, which has been really, really heartwarming. It's good to see that there's people out there spreading the word about us and about what we're capable of and what we can do for each other as a community. With that in mind, I'd like to show another segment that we have that'll be released on the same day as the rest of the documentary. I'm sorry, the rest of the unreleased tapes. It's a really heartwarming story about a little girl, a former little girl, and her babysitter, who was the alicorn who lived across the street. Her name was Lauren Faust. So if you could go ahead and play the clip named Chrissy, please.
Hi, my name is Chrissy. I was born in 1983, and when I was about 7 years old, I had the coolest babysitter.
Chrissy. I know her as Christina. Christina was a little girl that lived across the street from me where I grew up in Maryland, and from time to time I used to babysit her and her sister Farah. Several months ago, somebody sent me a link on my DeviantArt account to a YouTube page of this just beautiful, beautiful young woman claiming that I used to babysit her.
Turns out that my babysitter was Lauren Faust.
It took me a couple minutes to figure out who it was because she called herself Chrissy and I remembered her as Christina.
This babysitter I had, she was so cool. She'd come over and draw for me.
I would sketch whatever they asked me for, and in Chrissy and Farrah's case, it was horses.
My mom saved these for over 20 years.
I was a little mortified when she was holding up those drawings, because like any artist worth their salt doesn't like anybody seeing stuff they drew when they were 13.
I really hope this doesn't embarrass her.
That was an amazing surprise.
I came to BronyCon from Brooklyn to see my childhood babysitter. I just got here. I'm trying to figure it out, trying to find Lauren. This is my first convention, so I have no idea what to expect. The day is young, so we'll see. Hopefully I can find her and just give her a hug and say hi.
A respectable show for girls, because saying something is for girls or girly is usually equated with being not worthwhile, of being lame, of being stupid, and I wanted to put a dent in that perception.
As I'm sitting there, I'm listening to Lauren talk about her role in Friendship is Magic and how she was able to personally shape the characters. It was just amazing to be part of all this.
I was so caught up in just kind of the high of the whole convention. It was just like an onslaught of emotion and just sensory perception. It was just crazy.
Are you trying to make me cry again? Are you? Because I will. I love you. Thank you.
I don't even know how much I was able to really think while all of that was happening. I finished my interview and I went, where am I supposed to go now? Somebody tell me where I need to go, and they pointed to the stairs, and all of a sudden Chrissy's just standing right in front of me.
Hi! I came to say hi to you.
Oh my God! Oh my God! I just kind of just melted and just gave her this great big hug.
I haven't seen you since you were this big.
I know, I was this big. And
oh my God.
He brought me some of those old drawings.
Oh, I had a sneaky feeling.
And she had me sign one. You know, I think I even had forgotten that I had done those drawings.
Oh, thank you. I saw your video, and I think I just about had a heart attack. My mother was in tears.
Oh, your mom saw it?
Oh, totally kidding.
We talked about mainly just our past and how our families are.
Are they still in Sabrina Park?
My parents are still in the same house, actually.
They're in the same house? So they're on Exworth Court, huh?
So I see your house every time I go home.
Oh my God, that's so weird.
You know, it was just one more amazing, slightly surreal moment in a big, amazing, surreal weekend. It was really great to see her again and to connect with her, and it just brought all these memories rushing back of growing up. And you know, she's someone I thought I'd never see again. It never occurred to me that I might see her again. And I have this memory of her as a 5-year-old, and like to just see this beautiful young woman standing in front of me, and to get to talk to her and to catch up with her was just a beautiful experience.
It's probably one of the coolest stories of somebody that I know what ended up becoming of them, and to see somebody that's always wanted something and has always been so talented, able to achieve it at this level is just, it's amazing. It's an inspiring story. It's humbling. It's a lot of feelings at once. So in the last episode of season 2, Twilight Sparkle reunited with her old foal sitter, Princess Cadence.
You remember me? Of course I do. How could I forget the filly I love to sit for the most?
Yeah, I feel like a little Twilight Sparkle today. It's a good feeling.
Chrissy. Yeah, I think we forgot to mention that this is the first time ever. Well, not the bloopers, but any of this other footage, Chrissy and the other segment, these are clips that are being shown for the first time ever. So I think you are all, thank you for coming along, and this is what you'll be able to see for being here. So thank you, and enjoy the clips.
Yeah, you're getting a bit of a sneak preview, and so I'm obviously you can tell I'm a little bit nervous showing these because a lot of work went into these, but I'm just like I don't know if anybody's gonna like them or not. How did you feel about that last one? I'm really glad to hear that. That story, just watching it, even in the raw state it was in before it got edited, it was really heartwarming. It's like you don't get to see that very often. You don't get to see like a friend of yours who happens to like something that you like as well, and then 25 years later they're doing it, they're creating it, they're in charge of it, and they've become a household name. Like, can you imagine? Be crazy. I need to see like who of my friends are gonna like super famous right now. I don't know. Maybe. Gosh.
There's a lot of stories that we have, little short stories or funny little things that happen during the production of editing the documentary. I know that myself, my journey was not just editing and doing all the logs. It was also eating Subway for a straight month. Absolutely, unconditionally, Subway, and I highly recommend it. If any of you are ever hungry.
Sponsored by Subway.
Sponsored by Subway. Get 50% off and...
Back off. No.
But yeah, it's a really good meal. It's not something that's gonna damage your stomach, and it's not gonna... Welcome to the Subway panel. Yeah, I'm your host.
Sorak. You're so silly. Okay, well, moving on from there.
Thank you.
Thanks for making me hungry, by the way. I mean, it's not like I haven't had breakfast this morning, I appreciate that.
There's a Subway right over there.
Really? Well, could you go grab some for me then?
Sure.
Actually, you know what? We actually got sent on a lot of errands to grab sandwiches for the producers. That was kind of demeaning. Tara started calling me Spike. I was just like, and then my friends, as soon as my friends found out, they just like took it and ran with it. Like, oh my goodness, my friend got me like this little Spike necklace, and I was just like, what is this for? This was like maybe like months later, and he's just like, what is this for? And he's just like, because you're Tara's #1 assistant, and I'm like, I don't know how to feel about that. He actually used a very different word that I don't think I'm allowed to say out loud, but it starts with a B. Anyways.
And rhymes with itch. But we won't say it.
Like bleach, I think. Bleach, right? Yeah, totally. Absolutely. Anyways, oh, gosh, God, good gosh. There's actually quite a diverse number of narrative styles that we approach this documentary with. And as you can see with that last one, it was like there was sort of this established thing. There was this girl, and she knew Lauren Faust as a kid, and she hadn't seen her in forever. And then there was just following her journey to BronyCon. And then prior to that, you saw... What was the last one we showed? Yeah, and if you saw the trailer, you could see like there was a bunch of stories about tons and tons of different people. And one of them, actually, is John Joseco, who is really interesting because his story doesn't really have any conflict. It's just, him sort of telling about his life, his inspiration, how he came into the fandom, which is something that not a lot of people really know about. And it's really interesting where he gets his inspiration. So why don't we go ahead and show that?
Does anyone know John Joseco?
He was a fan of John Joseco.
Right, cool. And before we play the clip, I just want to say that this is a very touching story on anyone who's an artist. Anyone an artist here in the audience? Awesome.
Very
well,
nice.
You're going to see a story from one of the top artists in the community and their struggles and how they got to this position. This is John Joseco.
I'm JJ and I draw pony art. I discovered My Little Pony through a friend. Asked, have you ever watched My Little Pony? And I'm like, no, I don't. This show is for little girls and it's just a 30-minute cartoon to sell toys. And it's like, no, you just give it a chance. I was like, oh, okay. So okay, I'll watch one episode. And she chose Sonic Rainbow. By the end of it, I was like, oh, this is just too awesome. So I'm watching the show, I'm liking the episodes, and I started looking around the internet, and I start seeing fan art of ponies all over the place. And being an artist myself, I got inspired by the other artwork. You know what, I'm gonna try drawing ponies. And I told myself, I'm gonna just draw one pony and that's it. When I started thinking of which pony I wanted to draw first, it was Rainbow Dash. She instantly became my favorite character because of Sonic Rainbow. When I look back at the old drawing, you know, it's not my favorite work, but you gotta start somewhere with these ponies. I started drawing another, and okay, I'm kind of addicted to this. I used DeviantArt. At the time, I posted pin-up girls, and so I kind of got a following for that, you know, just drawing pin-up girls. And then the ponies came along, and there's a certain point where you could see where the ponies started invading the galleries. It seemed to work out pretty well as transitions from drawing humans to all ponies. I've drawn things from different genres, games, anime, stories. I liked anime since I think the early 90s. Ponies from the show kind of reminded me of Japanese anime. Lots of curves, very simple, big eyes, small noses. Never expected to get so much support. People are telling you, oh, I love your art. It's because of you I got into drawing. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. And that's what makes me want to keep drawing, so that I keep inspiring people. I've been drawing all my life. I still remember like kindergarten, I was drawing already. You know, I was drawing seashells and submarines and vehicles and then humans. You know, just years of drawing. I started drawing military stuff because my dad was in the Navy. At the time, I was into jets, F-14s, F-16s, you know, the whole F family. For me, I wasn't even thinking about being an artist for a job or anything like that. I was just, back in the day, I thought I was going to be an Air Force pilot. Pretty much, I just did it for fun back in the day. And my dad's like, oh, you know, my parents were pretty cool with that. I would draw war scenarios or famous battles, you know. I still continue to do some hard work for that. I was surprised that our dad, you know, those times when he was off the sea and he sent me a letter. He drew a helicopter. It was a pretty detailed helicopter and everything. I'm like, oh, so this is where we got the talent. So my father passed away and I started doing less art. All my life, you know, it's my dad, and he's like, oh, what are you gonna amount to? You know, what are you gonna show off? He wanted me to become an officer in the Navy before, but you know, then he saw some of the stuff I was making money off my art, so he was actually pushing for it, you know, when he passed away, and I kind of lost the motivation to prove that I could do something with my art. I had my DeviantArt page for like 7 years now, and I thought, you know what, I'm not using it anymore. I think I'm gonna delete it. My hand was, mouse pointer was hovering over the deletion button, and you know, it's like that's 7 years of, you know, stuff I had, and I told myself, okay, one more year. And then the ponies came along. All of a sudden I start seeing my hits going up, my numbers going up, and I'm like, oh wow, really? It just blew up. Even I just don't believe it sometimes, you know, the surreal experience. I think my dad would, you know, yeah, he would be pretty proud, you know. He would be kind of confused at first, but you know, if we talked about it, I think he would understand. Till the day I die, I'll continue to be drawing, you know. I hope that if I pass away somewhere, I'm still drawing something in the middle, you know. I can't think of anything else that I would enjoy more than drawing.
That was Joseco. So very inspiring words about how he is, you know, uses art to really just have fun, and even the struggles of wanting to, as he quoted by his family, live up to something. He proved that being an artist has, you know, it's a career. It's not just something that's a hobby. Well, it can be, but professionally, it's something that can give you a lot more than an office job, I believe. So all of you artists out there, I really want you to take from this segment and really, hopefully it inspired you to keep going with your art and we Bronies are behind you guys as well. We will support you, and we will love you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's also kind of the goal of these segments, is to sort of like tell these untold stories, you know, that not very many people really have an idea of what it is that, you know, these big names kind of go through in order to get to where they are and get to who they become, you know, how they're inspired. And there's a lot of depth to the people in this community, and it's honestly kind of, sometimes it's surprising, but other times, you know, it just kind of makes sense. People are inspired by crazy things, and for us, it just happened to be ponies, which is silly in its own way, but, you know, that's what made us happy, and that's what brought us together. That's what changed our lives. I think do you think we should do the cosplay contest or no?
I think we should. That's nice.
You think we should do the cosplay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, let's get a little bit of a happier story going here. Well, I mean, obviously that wasn't really sad, but it was certainly more mellow, we do have a lot more upbeat segments here. So let's get it started on another two set of artists who specialize in something different, cosplay. This is going to be the Cakes at BronyCon 2012.
Hi, I'm Amina Hannah.
I am Dantrell Bryant. Myself and my girlfriend here decided to come to BronyCon just to have a great time and cosplay as one of the only couples in the show, Mr. and Mrs. Cake.
Empty teacup at 4 o'clock!
I see it, honey bun.
Oh, thank you.
I really like dressing up. I'm really good with the sewing machine. We both went to art school, so it was really easy to do it. When you do it, you just do your best to incorporate the small details, like cheating marks have got to be perfect, the colors are perfect, such like that. We've been a couple for like a year now.
We decided to pick one of the few couples in the show, Mr. and Mrs. Cake. It wouldn't just be right if, you know, we picked characters that were like not a couple. She loved the idea, and she just went ahead and got on to making the costumes, and now here we are. We're just looking forward to the cosplay contest coming up.
It's like an invite only. Some of the workers around here walked up while we were in the middle of a photo shoot, and they're like, here, you're invited. And we're like, oh, okay, cool.
This nice Mrs. Cake wig.
There we go. We're not really nervous about the contest. I mean, it's the first time I've ever entered a contest, but I've worked really hard on the costume, so if we won, it would be great, but if not, that's cool. We had such a great time so far, so it wouldn't really, you know, damper it all. I'm not all that nervous, maybe because I don't think I'm gonna win, because there's a lot of great costumes here.
So here's the thing, if you're someone you can pair up with, then you can qualify for the group judging. So if you came as a Flim Flam brother, Mr. and Mrs. Cake, Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy being best friends, that's how you can pair off. So everyone who's a group pairing of 2 max, come with me right now. Thank you very much, everyone. Give us a couple minutes. We are tallying up all the scores and the results to figure out who's the winner of this year's 2001. Wait, no, it's not 2000. Sorry, a little down to dyslexia.
How you guys feeling? It's do or die right now, huh? Down.
Oh, we're a little nervous.
Yeah?
But
Can you tell me what's going on backstage?
It's like tallying up all their votes.
So for singles, I need Ne'er-Do-Well. Gala Applejack and Nightmare Moon. Nightmare Moon with the whip. Also, the Smooze, because no one can stop him.
shining armor, please. Is Nightmare Moon.
And Twilight and Shining Armor!
I just want to give a round of applause also for our honorable mentions, Schmooze. And Mr. and Mrs. Cake. Thank you all so much for joining us.
And thank you again for coming to BronyCon 2012!
Well, we just got finished done with the contest. Oh, it was so exciting. We got honorable mention. It was really fun. We were in the group contest, and so that was really cool.
Oh, no. I'm just happy to be mentioned at all.
Yeah, that was really exciting. Honorable mention, and we get something, so that's cool. We're gonna, all the nights, sleepless nights I had. And the dolls, the very last minute, trying to get them done up to the painting of the eyes of hours before. It was so worth it. This is definitely easily the best con I've gone to, and I've gone to a lot of cons. So, but yeah, it's now time to go back to North Carolina and work again.
Back to real life and everything.
Yeah.
Aren't they an adorable couple? To be perfectly honest, I still think they should have won. I still think they should have won.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Anyone think the Cakes should have won BronyCon 2012? I think so too.
Yeah, well, hey, at least they got honorable mention. That's better than nothing. Actually, that's better than a lot of things. So yeah, that's pretty much a good indicator of exactly the kind of mood range that we're going for these with these segments. Sometimes there's a little bit slower, pensive ones, and sometimes they're a lot happier. You know, there's some sort of action going on. Maybe there's a build up to some sort of climax, and then some sort of resolution to that climax. It varies a lot. But I definitely, so far, I really like Chrissy. it's just a very heartwarming story. But we also do have some just kind of out there ones. And I think the most out there one that we have right now is probably, I think, gonna be the last one that we show you. But before I show you this one, I do wanna kind of go over exactly how it is that we're going to be releasing this film. Well, I don't want to say film, it's more like an anthology. But by the end of this month, they'll be finished. They'll be sent to digital distributors and sent to DVD printers. So it's going to be a digital release and a DVD release. DVD pre-orders are gonna essentially start at $9.99. As for digital, the price is whatever you want it to be. We will basically set up a page where you can, if anybody's familiar with the Humble Bundle, basically, you can just pick any price you want, and you get all the footage, every single segment in the entire anthology for whatever price you name. You could give us $5, you can give us 1,000, you can give us $1, you can give us absolutely nothing, and we're perfectly okay with that because it is essentially, it's your guys' story, you know, and it's up to you to decide how much you feel like that's worth. But I hope you think it's worth a lot. Not because I'm asking for money. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, moving on to the last segment. This is, if anybody was familiar with the fire that occurred at BronyCon, we actually managed to capture that. And we managed to capture a lot of things about it that not very many people know. So without further ado.
Hi. My question is for Megan. At any point writing for the episodes where the characters go insane,
okay, we're having a fire hazard. I'm sorry to interrupt. Exits to the sides, please.
People, we have a small thing with one of the light fixtures.
Orderly.
Calm down.
Orderly.
Calm down.
It's fine.
Everything is going to be fine.
As we were answering questions, a light caught on fire, and it was raining down. It was dangerous. So we evacuated.
What a dramatic
Remain calm. Things are going to be fine.
Time to go.
We are here at the main panel stage at BronyCon 2012, and a fire has broken out in the ceiling of the convention hall.
You heard it correct. Normally we are known for our hyperbole, but in factual fact,
this is a literal fire.
So what happened? What's going on right now?
The light just caught on fire, kind
Yeah, we were sitting there and watched it catch on fire.
It just started to spark, then it looked like it exploded. Now the light's burning.
Sometimes electrical issues happen every now and then, and this just seems to be a random freak electrical issue. We're talking to our venue contact right now. He's calling the fire department. They've turned off the breakers to the lights, and the fire department should be on their way. I didn't see it happen, but I was informed very quickly that there's a fire. Is anyone hurt? I don't believe so, no. I think it's lucky because it's right in the middle of the aisle. So I think the people nearby just noticed that it started flaming and just started moving. Everyone acted pretty calmly and very responsibly.
Everybody down and across the street. Keep moving, we need to go across the street. We're trying to get fire department in here.
Nobody got angry and nobody pushed, and it was all very orderly, and they're like, okay, there's a fire. It's not that they weren't taking it seriously, it's that they were just kind of calm.
I kind of asked around what caused it, and apparently someone was throwing a glow stick up in the air, and the glow stick kind of got stuck behind one of the lights, and the heat caused a chemical reaction, and that caused the fire.
When the fire broke out, I was upstairs in the VIP green room, and all of a sudden I hear on the channel going, emergency, we have a situation in the main hall, we need to evacuate the VIPs, there's a fire. And I just go, oh God. You know, I just basically booked it, and I just made sure the VIPs are taken out safely, and everyone made it out safely. The VIP team did an excellent job. I'm so grateful for them.
There you are. You've come to rescue me.
But it was very interesting to see John, who was sitting near the main stage. He was just kind of just looking at it. You know, a little smile, just like, oh, great.
It is much ado about nothing, actually. You know, it's one light. I don't know, a half an hour of it burning, and they're still trying to figure out how to extinguish it. But they have a cherry picker. They have a cherry picker here. I just don't know what they... I know. And a couple of pathetic ladders. A couple of pathetic ladders. And, you know, everybody's just watching this thing. It's nothing. And all of a sudden, it's one screw going, everybody move out of the way! Get the f*** away! That's fine! Like that. I'm like, my God, she's hysterical.
Any pony else want to panic with me? No?
Does anybody want to panic? Come on!
Stereotypically, there's an emergency situation, there's a lot of panic and disorder. Well, this wasn't that way at all. Everybody was calm, everyone was, collected, and I think everybody had a pretty good time about that.
And now the last embers.
It's not the marshmallows.
It won't even be hot enough for marshmallows in a few moments.
Even though it wasn't really that much of a bad fire, it was weird that it was suddenly happening, but it's just something that it's very funny to joke about.
Will you run around outside and do that? Scream people,
yeah.
fire!
Fire, perfect.
Since you were there when the fire broke out, what exactly happened?
Just lit the plastic on fire and just burned the lens out in it, and some of the lights broke.
Wait, you did it?
Why would you do that?
Do you realize the impact you had on the convention?
I ruined the fandom.
You know what it was? You know what it was, too? It was the force of the internet coming through one light fixture.
It was a lot of fun standing there on the edge, listening to, filking about, BronyCon is on fire.
That was really
fun. The
fun.
fire trucks are arriving.
I don't know what I'd do if there weren't firefighters who would come through. And I want you to respect the man who serves us like that. And we'll be patient and go inside sooner than later. At the chorus, there's a fire. There's a fire. There's a fire.
When people can make a joke about something that might be considered a sensitive subject, it just is like a target for being viral.
And I set fire to the con. Watch the light fixture burning on. All the boys
actors run as the fans stand underneath and watch. Exit the call. Lights on.
All attendees, there will be some schedule changes that we will be announcing due to the last time. We'll come back and we'll let you know when you can file back in an orderly fashion. Security will help facilitate that. Thank you, guys.
Can't wait to get back to the convention. I know we had that fire, but they let everybody back in, so I can't wait to go see some rest of those panels.
You survived the fire.
I survived unscathed. And look, I got Twilight Sparkle flowers.
There's a fire segment. There's a fire. I still think he should have played that at the tonight's concert, or yes, last night's concert. I'm sad he did. Okay, so that's pretty much all we have to show you for today. Again, this is going to be coming out pretty much near the at the end of this month, hopefully. Until then, we've got actually 4 more segments. 5. You know what? I lost count. There's more segments that are sitting in the back, and they're just waiting to be seen. And some of them are the most fascinating stories because we've got Megan Newman, the curator of the Traveling Pony Museum, who she basically goes around the country showing off these really, really beautiful artworks made by the Brony community, including this magnificent. Anybody remember that book from the first episode that Twilight's reading, The Elements of Harmony? Somebody actually hand-painted that, and that's featured in your museum. And you can see it at the museum whenever it travels to a convention. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely magnificent. I think it was drawn by Final Draft's dad. Mom, that's right. So somebody we're all familiar with. And then we've also got Andrew Brockert, who was actually the convention chair of BronyCon. And his struggles are quite entertaining, as you saw. He hit somebody on the way to BronyCon. That's a little scary. But yeah, all these segments and all these struggles and more, makes you kind of see there's a little bit more, not a little bit, but a lot more to these to the things that Bronies do than most people see on the surface, be it running a convention or just going around and showing off artwork, things like that. But anyways, I think you want to open it up for questions?
You wanted to ask questions?
Oh yeah. Out of what we saw, what did you guys like most? Did you guys like the fire? How about the cakes? How about John Joseco? How about Chrissy? Yeah, that's what I thought. And I'm sorry? That's right, Bloopers. Yeah. I'm pretty sure if I go hunting around a little bit more, I'll find some more to sneak out, and we'll just throw them up on the screen. We'll see. But anyways, I think we'll probably just do a couple minutes of questions. Wow, actually, we managed to fill up most of the panel time. That's a surprise. Yeah. Okay. If anybody had any questions about the unreleased tapes or anything regarding production of the documentary, be it our experiences working on it, or what kind of struggles that we went through, or what it's like to be in the same room as John Lancey for like 10 minutes or something. I don't know. Any questions at all? Yeah. Go ahead. Right now, the website isn't complete. We're still waiting a little bit. But if you go ahead and visit Bronies.com, literally just Bronies.com. It's pretty easy to remember, Visit that website. It'll take you to basically our April Fool's joke, which was essentially, I'm not sure if you heard at the beginning of the panel, but we did an April Fool's joke where we said we're going to do a documentary on the Clop community of My Little Pony. And so we have this like fake Kickstarter set up, and it's got like all of these fake things attached to it. Like if you oh God, you know what? I don't know if half of it is even appropriate, but just have fun exploring that. But at the very bottom of it, there'll be a little section that just says, yeah, no, April Fools. Unfortunately, we don't we can't really do this. So, but you can check out the unreleased tapes, and there's gonna be like pre-order links and all that stuff. So you can check it out there. Again, it's gonna be $9.99 for the DVD, and for the digital release, which it's gonna be like torrents all over the place. You know, mainly torrents, some file sharing services. You know, Kick-Ass Torrents, Pirate Bay. Yes, we're hosting on the Pirate Bay, and we're gonna be there first. So yeah, that's pretty much how we're gonna release it, and that's gonna be pay however much you want. So anybody else have any questions? Yeah, go ahead. Let's do furries. No, you know what? Let's do a documentary on Soul Rack. Let's do a documentary on Soul Rack. How's that? What do you guys feel about that? There we go.
Soul Rack, the documentary. I don't know.
No, you know what? This guy needs his own convention too. That's what I think.
SolarCon!
There we go.
The biggest con, and it is required to have a Soul Rack shirt, and the thing.
And Subway, yes, yes,
yes,
absolutely.
and we'll have Subway for dinner every day.
Experiences with Subway, yes, absolutely.
And you don't need a badge, you just scream at the guy to get in, and yeah.
Wait, what if you're mute? Or what if you have a sore throat? What do you do? Are you discriminating against people who can't scream? I don't, you know what? No, never mind. We're not doing a documentary on this guy anymore.
Never mind,
He's just
it's
too
not
offensive.
happening.
He's just so discriminatory. Just get off, get away. I'm just kidding, I love you.
Here. But yeah, any questions about our journey into making this happen? Anything really, how it was to edit all of this day and night, endless nights? Any questions on what, how, when, why? Anything?
We can talk about that one time that my boss actually discovered what Clop was. Okay, so the reason why there's no Clop in the original documentary, the reason why it wasn't covered, is essentially because nobody on staff had any idea it existed. Literally, there was nothing to see about it at BronyCon. And so I was sitting in the editing room, and John and Mike were there, and they were kind of just looking over the footage, and they were kind of just like people asking questions about the documentary on the internet and stuff, and they were reading some messages. There was somebody like, are you going to be showing anything about the Clop community in the documentary? And Mike was just like, what is Clop? What is Clop? And I was sitting over here just working, and as soon as I heard that, I was just like, and then the thing is, as I turned around, I realized they were both looking back at me, because I'm basically the Brony consultant. I was essentially the consultant. Every single time they had a question about Bronies, they would come and ask me, unfortunately. And I told them all the horrible things. No, but they were looking at me, and they were just like, I had no idea this existed. Did you know about this? And I'm like, well, yeah, it's sort of like a common thing. Are you part of it? I'm like, whoa. They got a little bit too, yeah. It was just fun. And then they started teasing me endlessly about it. They made fun of the fact that, I mean, you know, I had 6 terabytes of it sitting on my hard, I don't know, just all this crazy stuff. But yeah, that was fun. That was fun. Almost as fun as when John discovered the magic of Roombas. Were you there for that?
5 terabytes? No, I wasn't.
I'm just gonna throw this.
Why so little, Nick? I mean, you should get with the program.
Okay, well, what are you at then, sir?
No, I won't release that information. Thank you. Next question. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. It sounds like it was a lot of fun.
John picked up a Roomba and was confused as to what it did. It was just rolling around the office. And he was just like, what is this? What is this? I was just like, oh, it's a Roomba. I was just like, he picked it up and it started like wailing and screaming. He was like, what do I do? What do I do? Oh my goodness, John is such a character. Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, funny story about John. When we went down to LA to record a segment, the opening.
Oh God, this story. Oh, okay. So you guys remember the faces at the beginning of the? Whoever's seen it, of course. If anybody's seen it, there's at the beginning you just see a bunch of faces against blue background. That was all done in one day. He basically got a bunch of Bronies together just to get filmed, and we had the most interesting experience. Yes, I'll let you finish the story. I will not steal your thunder anymore.
So we all get together in a little room in LA to record the opening segment or scenes, the headshots, and John was there, and I was like, oh my God, John Delancey's here. Oh my goodness, that's so cool.
Half of the people didn't even know he was going to be there, so when they saw him, they were just like, and he'd walk up to them and just like, hi there, and they were just like, hi. Poor Chicken Terra. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I was honored. I was like, oh man, Mr. Delancey, that's why I kept calling him, is in the room, and he was directing us on what exactly we want to say and the feel of the opening scenes. And so after we get everything recorded, John says, hey, let's go have dinner. So he takes us, well, we drive up to a, what was it?
It was a Tommy's. I think
Tommy's.
Tommy's
little,
Chili. Yeah.
Little burger place. And
coming only in LA.
As we're ordering, I was like, oh man, this is so cool, having dinner with John Delancey. And I was just sort of in my own little world. And John Delancey was standing over there, and he was walking towards me. I tried to move, but by doing that, I tripped him. He almost fell on the ground. Luckily, there was a little ledge that he grabbed onto, or else Mr. Delancey would have fallen that day. Thanks to the soul rack. Yeah.
Well, that would have made Fluttershy's job a lot easier.
But don't worry, I'll get him next time.
Oh, God, that same day, that just reminds me of another story. But we have so many stories about him. But that same day, I think we were just talking about, like, videos and stuff that were on the internet, and he happened to be overhearing us. We were all kind of just collected into a corner, and we were waiting for filming to start. And somebody mentioned the College Humor video, which I'm not sure if any of you guys have seen, but yeah, that one. And I think the word fleshlight got said out loud. And for some reason, John picked up on it. And he was just like, what's a fleshlight? And we all just like stopped and stared. And we were like, oh gosh, how do we do this? And so like one by one, we were all trying to like explain it without being explicit because, you know, it's just like, we don't know, you know? And he's just like, you guys are taking too long. And he pulls up his phone. He's just like, I'm gonna look it up. He just looks it up. And he looks at it and he's just like, huh, okay. And you wouldn't expect that from him, but it was, oh my goodness, that was just nuts. That was just nuts. Okay. I think I'm having a little bit of a nostalgia trip now. Yeah, no, it's been a long journey. It's been a very long journey, and now we're actually very close to the end. And, you know, a lot of people helped us get here, you know, from all the Kickstarter contributors to all the people who were gracious enough to open their homes to us or provide us with interviews, to all the people that I brought on last minute, you know, while I was running around with my head cut off, you know, freaking out, I'm not gonna get this done, I'm not gonna meet these deadlines. Carlos was a very big help.
Carlos! But yes, I was there.
Yaparapu. Soruraku. Happy?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, now he's an anime character. He's getting his own anime. So that's what it's Soruraku Adventure. No, actually seriously, look it up. There's some stuff on there. It's pretty cool. Anyways, but yeah, it's been a long journey, and for every one of you who is just joining us, I'm glad that you're here to see, you know, all the fruits of our labor come to fruition, you know. And I'm glad, more than that, I'm glad for everybody who has been with us the entire way, you know, supporting us. We wouldn't be anywhere close to where we are now without you guys. And thank you so much for being an awesome community and for being such an inspiration to everybody about who we should be as humans, how we should treat each other, and what kind of beauty there is in human diversity. So thank you very much.
Thank you. We got a lot of applause.